Hello and welcome back to another drop. I am super excited for this one because it's actually probably our most affordable drop we have ever done at Kibble Watches, and I mean combined with the most expensive watch being $495, so under £500. Now my reason for doing this was because it's the end of January, we're going into February, it's the start to a new year, and it's been an incredible year, and I wanted to thank you all for that. Now I've got a lot of followers who have been following for a very long time and remember the days where this kind of stuff was what we did. We didn't do anything more than this. So I wanted to thank those people specifically by offering a drop which is like the good old days where it's all affordable, all under £500, and just really good quality affordable stuff. I want to start off just by saying a big thank you. You know, it's been a difficult year almost now because of everything going on in the world, and a lot of businesses are really struggling, and you know what, it hasn't been all easy for us, but it's certainly been a lot better than it could have been. So I want to thank every single one of you for that, and it really does mean the world to me that I've been able to continue doing my dream career during probably the worst time that we've faced in our recent history. So thank you very much. I hope you're all keeping well out there, and I really do hope we can get back to some normality and hopefully see each other again soon. And if you do have a watch to sell, we are the place to sell it. Go over to our website, kibblewatches.co.uk. Right at the top there is a sell button. Click on that and it has a little form, and we usually get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. It's been close to the 48 recently, I'll be honest, because we've been quite busy, which is thanks to you guys and girls anyway, so thank you. But yeah, go submit the form and we will help you out where we can. And before we dive in and take a look at the watches on the table, let's have a look at what's on my wrist. It is one of my latest acquisitions for the personal collection, a beautiful Santos Galbi automatic mid-size, which is the 29mm. I've wanted one of these for a long time and I am so happy to have one. It was actually my goal for 2021, so achieving it in January is quite incredible, so thank you all for that. And if you like this watch and would like one yourself, I may have accidentally bought two, so the exact same reference, which will be coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. Or send me a message at info@kibblewatches.co.uk and we can discuss. So where to begin with all the goodies on the table? I think we start with my favourite, which has to be the Zenith. Starting with the Zenith, but before we take a look at that, let's first start with the box it comes with. A period correct, interesting Zenith box with a really beautiful red base, nice cushion inside, and it has an interesting logo as well. Very, very cool thing, and you don't see very often. Now on to the watch, the thing you're here for. This is a very, very nice 1972 Zenith Sporto date, manually wound. Really, really gorgeous. You can see it's got a gold champagne dial, date over there as well. Lume dots still intact and lume on the hands as well. Really, really nice example. Very clean. It is gold plated, as you can see, but the gold plating is very, very good, especially for the age. Usually it goes horrible, and you can see it's got a Zenith sign crown there as well, and then a steel case back with the reference number down at the bottom. We've got it paired on a black strap, which I think just works quite well. It's very basic, but as I said, manually wound Zenith caliber 2562C, which is their date model. Very, very good movement, very reliable. And the size, so you can see it's not a traditional round case, it's actually more of a cushion case, and you've got 36.5mm by 43mm lug to lug, so very, very nice and compact. Only 10.5mm thick and 18mm lugs, which allows for a very nice, very easy to change strap options as well. You can imagine this on a nice brown strap would look very good, but it's a really nice example, and it does come with its original box, as I said. From there, let's come up to modern with the Bulova Lunar Pilot. Now for a watch I've always liked, the Bulova Lunar Pilot, and let's get that in focus right here. So this is based on, obviously it looks very similar to a Speedmaster, and you wouldn't be wrong for thinking so, but Bulova also went to the moon, a story that not a lot of people know, and this is what's paying tribute to them actually going on Apollo 15, I believe it was. Yeah, you can see it there, in 1971. So a really, really cool story, backstory into this one, definitely worth reading. We've got it on our website, so go check it out. So it is a actual mecha quartz chronograph. So inside here is their ultra high frequency quartz movement. So when you start it, you can see it has a sweep like a traditional chronograph movement, and it gives off that illusion. Now that one actually stops, I think, either after 15 seconds or 30 seconds to preserve the battery, so you haven't got to worry about draining the battery, and it swoops all the way back round after that as well. Nice Bulova sign crown, really nice brushed case with a flat top sapphire crystal, which just looks really good, and it does come with its original box and papers from 2018, and it even comes with its spare strap as well. Now on to dimensions, and this is where this watch stands apart from the Speedmaster, because this is 45mm by 53mm lug to lug. It is a big watch, and it's the only thing that stopped me over the years getting one for me personally. Now, the bigger wristed people out there are very comfortable wearing this. This was actually my dad's watch, and he enjoys this watch, or enjoyed this watch, I should say. We're selling all of his watches to get a Speedmaster, that's why this is now for sale. But it's 14mm thick by 20mm lug, so again, endless strap options, but it is on the bigger side, so be aware of that in case you have a smaller wrist and are not comfortable wearing bigger watches. From space back down to the ground with the Seiko. Now to a Seiko 5 you don't see all too often. This is actually the Seiko 5 Sports Military. It's very clearly inspired by the military field type watches, and it is powered by their famous 7S36, so a day-date complication, no manually wound or hacking. It does have an exhibition caseback. And as I said, this is a model you don't often see, because the Seiko 5s are usually a lot smaller and usually a lot more simple, whereas this one at 42mm, it's definitely a lot bigger, and it's all brushed, beat blasted case. You can see it comes on this bracelet as well with a folding clasp. But I think this watch actually looks best on like a NATO or something like that. But it does come with its original bracelet. It's from December 2017. It does come with its box and papers. So as I was hinting to, the dimensions are 42mm case size. So quite a big watch, but it's only 50mm lug tip to lug tip, so it wears nice and compact. 12mm thick and 22mm lugs. But as I said, I think this is a black NATO strap kind of watch personally. Whilst it definitely doesn't look bad on the bracelet, I just think that is what would top it off. But a really cool watch, and quite hidden within the Seiko 5 family. So yeah, and it's a very affordable piece as well. From there to a watch I seem to have had about 20 times, the Dan Henry. So Dan Henry, a brand I think I've owned every single model variant they have of, and they're all great. I mean, they're a lot of watch for the money. This is the Dan Henry 1970 compressor, which is based on the old style compressor divers. As you can see, you've got two crowns. This crown is a screw down crown, which you can screw down like so, and obviously unscrew. And the top one is for the inner rotating bezel. So nice features. It does come on its original black Tropic, and this one is box and papers, and they're limited to 1,970. So these have become very collectible and actually have increased in value, which is quite interesting to see, because most of the Dan Henrys have. So it's a little bit of a cult following at a very smaller scale compared to the rest, but nonetheless a great watch. And beating away inside here is the Seiko NH35, so a good movement option, especially at the price, and on the wrist it wears very well at its dimensions. So it is a 40mm case by 46mm lug to lug, so very good. Only 13mm thick and 20mm lug width. But as I said, this Tropic it comes with, I think is perfect for it. Although I have seen it on a couple of other strap options, and it does also work. But this one does come with its box and papers. The box is actually a watch roll, which is very useful. I actually have one of them I use occasionally myself, just for other watches, so go check it out. Now to a watch that I think I've had equally as much as the Dan Henry, but actually started all of this, the Citizen Eagle 7. The watch that started it all, Citizen Eagle 7. Now this isn't the exact watch, but it's the exact reference, apart from mine was all steel. So this is the gold-plated fluted bezel version. This is 1983, so very early. Really nice fluted bezel, and it just looks good. I mean, it is very close to a Datejust, and that's why people liked them, and it's also why I like them. And they have gone up quite a bit of money over the years. You can see it's got steel back. Beating away inside here is the Miyota 8200 caliber. It's actually the 8200A inside here, which is manually wound. It doesn't hack. It does feature a day-date quick set as well, which is nice. And we have it paired on this very nice brown suede strap, which I think complements the gold tones very well, and that white silverish dial, which does have a subtle texture as well. Go check out the macros. So on wrist is where this watch shines, and it's why I still own mine today. It's 36mm by 44mm, so very nice on the wrist. It's only 10mm thick, and the lug width is 20, so it makes quite a difference, because a lot of 36mm watches are 18mm lugs, whereas this being 20 allows for a wider strap, and it actually makes the watch appear bigger than 36 on the wrist, so quite a nice little feature that. And at 20mm it's still endless strap options, although I do recommend trying to get one that tapers a little bit, just because of the case size. Otherwise it looks like quite a long block, if you get what I mean. But a really good watch, and a lot of watch under £100. From there to a new old stock diver style watch. Another watch that offers a ton for the price. This is a Lucerne diver style watch, so it's not an actual diver watch. It wouldn't have been a diver watch even in its time, and it is from the 1970s, and it is new old stock. As you can see, the case is in fantastic condition, as is the bezel and the crystal. Really nice looking watch overall. Now, it is a chrome case with steel back, so that is something to keep in mind, but when it's new old stock, it looks very good and it will last as long as you look after it. It does have a Coke style bezel as well, which is quite nice, and that pop of red against the black. And the movement inside here is actually a pretty good manually wound EB8110, so not a incredibly basic movement, but not a super high standard one either. So again, something to keep in mind, but you get a lot of watch for the price. It does come on its original 19mm Tropic strap, so quite a rare strap to find 19mm of, so the strap could be worth more than the watch, you never know. But a good looking watch nonetheless. So let's put it on wrist and talk about the size, and this is where it gets very interesting, again, especially for the price. It is a 39mm by 44mm case, so that's a quite unusual cushion case shape, which wears really well. Only 13mm thick, and as I said, 19mm lugs, so a bit of an awkward lug size, but you can find straps out there. But thankfully it comes on a strap which I think works incredibly well with it anyway. But a very cool watch, especially for the price, so go check it out. From there to a relatively new brand which seem to be doing great stuff, the Dakota. So a watch from Dakota, which is actually the watchmaking brand or the watchmaking arm of WatchGecko. So WatchGecko are famous for their straps here in the UK. They produce absolutely quality straps at a very good price, and they quite a while ago shifted over to also producing watches, and they've been doing incredibly well, offering some great options, and this is one of them. This is one of their limited edition prototype styles. This is the C-05 blue racing chronograph, and it does feature their Seiko Mecha quartz caliber. So you can see it's got no running second hand, but a chronograph hand and a totalizer over here, and it does sweep like a quartz but flies back, sweeps like a mechanical, sorry, but flies back as well. Really nice blue bezel on there, really nice case shape and profile, and it does come on its original strap. It comes with its box and papers as well, and just a really good option for not a lot of money for what they offer. So let's put it on wrist and show you and talk about the dimensions. So it's 40mm by 47mm, so very nice and compact on the wrist. Sorry, let's get that in focus. There we go. So very nice wear and profile. 13.5mm thick and 20mm lugs. So endless options on the straps, and the straps obviously you could get from WatchGecko themselves to go with the watch very well. But I think the strap pairing is quite interesting. This sort of like, I don't know, Kevlar suede, whatever you'd call it, with the black stitch, the red stitching, which contrasts nicely with the orange. I think it just works really well. Now on to the most wacky looking swatch, which by Swatch standards is difficult to beat. Now, a pretty crazy swatch, and I think for those out there who know Swatch and know this model, they're going to know exactly what it is, but this is the Swatch Bathing Ape limited edition for London. So they made quite a few of these, and this is the London edition. Really unusual watch. It definitely won't be for everyone. This is brand new and unworn. You see it's still completely stickered. The sticker on the back hasn't even been taken off. So a cool option for those who really love Swatch and want the limited edition. It's not quite for me, you know, this kind of design doesn't really do it for me, but it will be for someone out there. And as it's brand new, unworn, we're going to keep it that way, put it back in the box, and wait for one of you guys and girls to add this to your collection. So go check it out on the website. And last but not least, probably the most interesting watch on the table, the J.W.Benson. And to finish off, a interesting watch that really won't be for everyone, but I think everyone can appreciate for what it is. It's a 1930s J.W.Benson with hinged lugs, as you can see, and an enamel dial. So very interesting. The case is actually a brevet case. So made by those famous case makers who made cases for all kinds of brands, Rolex, Omega. So it is a screw back and a screw front as well. Very interesting. You can see the dial and the hands have actually been re-loomed by us, so we got it re-loomed to a vintage look. The reason being, the loom had fallen out of the hands and it was starting to come off on the dial as well, and it was originally radium, so we've got it redone to sort of bring that vintage aesthetic back without being all patchy, which it was. So it looks really cool, especially those cathedral style hands. You know, it's an interesting looking watch. It is small, so that is something to keep in mind. But inside here, beating away, is the Cyma manually wound caliber 033, a nice looking movement. And something to keep in mind with 1930s is, you know, these are old. These are getting close to 100 years old now. So the accuracy of these isn't going to be what you'd expect out of a modern watch. And also the reliability as well. So this isn't something you're going to be able to wear every single day, and I think it's important to stress that. But that out of the way, let's have a look at the dimensions. So it might surprise you that it's 28 millimeters, so quite small. It would be considered a lady's size by today, but I think a gent, if he's comfortable wearing this kind of watch, can get away with it because it's very clearly an old watch. 40mm lug to lug because of those hinged lugs, only 10mm thick and 16mm on the lugs. We've got it on a mock lizard strap, which I think works quite well with the vintage aesthetic, but go check out the macros of this. It's definitely worth having a closer look, and the price is very fair for a 1930s unusual enamel dial watch. So there you have it, our most affordable drop yet, or at least since the recent times of doing bigger drops. So thank you all very much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to leave a like. It does help, and make sure you subscribed if you're not already. Go check out all these watches on the website. There is a link in the description to each one of these, as well as timestamps, which I should have said at the start. I forgot to, but I think you guys and girls know the drill by now. And I just want to say again, a big thank you. It really means the world to me, and this is my way of giving back to you, offering you incredible, affordable watches. So thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you all again next time. Take care.